We've all heard that saying, right? You need to clean your glasses when someone's not seeing a situation clearly. But what if that wasn't just a metaphor? What if it was actually a literal, technical instruction for how your mind works? Well, today we're going to deconstruct that exact phrase and uncover the hidden physics of perception it describes. This quote really just cuts right to the chase. Most of us go through life thinking things are just randomly happening to us. But that's kind of like looking at your computer screen and thinking the little folder icon is the actual file. It's not. It's a pointer. And confusing the interface with the deep underlying operation is a huge mistake. It's time to look under the hood. And that brings us to the big question for today. What if cleaning your glasses is way more than just a figure of speech? What if it's a direct description of a physical process? What if your perception isn't something that just happens, but is a measurable output that you are actively creating, governed by a very specific set of rules? To figure that out, here's our roadmap. We're going to start by moving beyond the simple metaphor. Then, we'll look at the mechanics of what we'll call your personal reality engine. After that, we'll pinpoint the common glitches in that engine, lay out a clear protocol for fixing them, and finally, explore the ultimate goal, achieving what this framework calls cognitive sovereignty.
All right, so let's get into it. The first step is a big shift in perspective. We're leaving behind that kind of fuzzy self-help advice, and we're stepping into a framework that treats perception like a form of engineering. This framework is called the Quantum Governance Cognitive Operating System, or QGCOS for short. Think of it as the physics engine for your mind, a place where metaphors become mechanics.
So our goal here is pretty ambitious, but it's crystal clear. We're taking a common saying and translating it into a technical blueprint. This isn't just about thinking positive or feeling better. It's about literally re-engineering the process of perception to achieve true cognitive independence. Okay, so how does this personal reality engine actually work? The first thing you've got to understand is that you don't just look through a window at reality. No. Your mind is actively rendering it, moment by moment, just like a powerful graphics card renders a video game. So let's break down the components of that engine.
So it all starts with the raw data. This is the absolute objective information of an event, a person, a situation, whatever it is, before your mind gets its hands on it. In this framework, we call this quantum truth, or ASIDG. You can think of it as the source code of reality. It's just the pure, unfiltered information packet.
Now, that raw data has to pass through your personal cognitive filter. This filter, your lens, is built from your entire worldview. All your experiences, your beliefs, your biases, even your unresolved baggage. This is what makes your perception completely unique. It's the active processor in this whole system.
And what's the final output? Well, that's your experienced reality. It's the final render. It's that subjective movie that's always playing in your head, the one you call what's happening. But remember, it's not the raw data of the world. It's the raw data as processed and rendered by you.
And boom, here it is, all in one elegant equation. Your experienced reality is a function of your cognitive filter processing the quantum truth. This whole process, from truth to filter to your personal reality, is what the framework calls the TQG CFE rendering engine. And this simple little formula has a massive implication. You aren't just seeing the world, you are actively rendering your version of it.
Right. But if perception is a system, then like any system, it can have bugs, it can malfunction. So what happens when things go wrong? When those glasses of yours get dirty? In this model, that's not just a bad mood, it's a critical system error.
The dirty lens is simply a corrupted cognitive filter. It means the system's been polluted by your biases, your insecurities, your unresolved pain. Now, the really crucial point here is that this isn't just a feeling you can push through. It is a glitch at the deepest level of your personal operating system. It's a kernel-level malfunction, and it distorts every single thing it renders. And to see just how big a difference this makes, let's compare two opposite filter states. On the one hand, you have a corrupted state the framework calls the Faro filter. It takes in data and renders a world of scarcity, threat, and paranoia. There's a ton of cognitive noise, like a blurry, low-resolution image. On the other hand, a clean state is the profit filter. With this, the exact same raw data renders a world of abundance, purpose, and meaning. The resolution is crystal clear. So what's causing this malfunction? Well, the framework describes the dirt as interference from something called Iblis. Think of it like a piece of malware inside your own head. It's an internal subroutine that acts like a blinder, forcing you into shallow, reactive judgments. When that program is running, your mental field of view, your query radius, completely collapses. You can only see immediate threats, and you get trapped in survival mode. And from that state, you just start projecting your own internal static, your own cognitive noise, onto everyone and everything around you.
So, that's the problem. It's a deep, systemic glitch. But here's the good news. There's a protocol for fixing it. There's an active, algorithmic process for cleaning the lens.
This protocol is called L3-Acer, which translates to the pressing. I want you to imagine a pomegranate. You've got the bitter peel on the outside. That's the superficial interface of an event, the raw data, the acidic. But inside, you've got the sweet juice. That's the deeper truth, the underlying lesson, the al-haq. The pressing is the deliberate act of applying cognitive pressure to separate the two.
And this protocol works in 3 simple steps. First, pattern interrupt. The second you feel triggered or judgmental, you have to consciously halt your reactive automatic self. Second, the audit. You execute a deliberate pause. This allows you to activate your higher-level logical self. And finally, step 3, the extraction. This is where you ask the critical question. Is the problem out there or is it in here? Is the flaw in the data packet I just got, or is it a bug in my own rendering engine?
Okay, this slide is where it all clicks into place. It grounds these concepts in tech we all use every day. The QGOS we mentioned? That's like Windows or Android. It manages your attention. The ADGE is like the Unreal Physics engine in a game. It calculates the moral consequences of your actions. The TQG-CFE? That's your GPU, the rendering engine we've been talking about this whole time. And the NERE? That's your system's firewall, constantly scanning for those cognitive malware threats. See? It's a complete, integrated system.
So where does all this lead? I mean, running this protocol isn't just about a quick fix. It's about achieving the ultimate upgrade, a permanent state of what we're calling cognitive sovereignty. The core principle that makes this possible is called tazkiyah, or self-purification. And in this system, it means making a really fundamental shift in your energy. You stop trying to fix everyone and everything around you, and you focus all that energy on debugging and upgrading your own internal code, the algorithms you use to make sense of the world.
You know, trying to fix the world when your own filter is corrupted is what you call a category error. It's like complaining about your neighbor's dirty laundry when you're looking at it through your own filthy window. It's like trying to wipe a smudge off the person you see in the mirror instead of just wiping your own face. It just doesn't work.
And this leads to a pretty massive paradigm shift. The world isn't some random, chaotic place. In this view, it's a NAF-centric incubator. Think of it as a personalized VR training ground. Every event, every person, every single challenge is procedurally generated specifically for you to test and trigger the exact areas where you need to grow. The universe becomes a custom curriculum designed for your development.
So let's bring this all home. The crucial point is this. The goal isn't just to clean your glasses to get a clear view of the world. The real goal is to perform a fundamental system upgrade on the very machine that renders your reality in the first place.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. If the world you experience every single day is a direct output of the cognitive filter you choose to run, then you really are the architect of your own reality. So, what reality are you building?